Hey guys, and welcome back to Churn Farms. It is day 9 of winter. We have moved from early winter to midwinter, and not much has changed. You'll see in the upper left corner there, or upper right corner there, that we're still pretty far away from having frozen ground at 41-degree ground temperature. Our air temp is down to 32 degrees, and we've got rain in the forecast. Take a look at the rest of the forecast. We've got rain day 10, day 11, partly cloudy day 12, day 13. Got rain again on day 14, and still no real ground temps. No real low temperatures there. Highs in the 40s, 50s. Kind of a mild winter. It's mild by what I would, by my, mild by my standards, say. So we are going to, I think, we're going to go ahead and load up this truck today with lumber, and that's what we're just going to do today. Is we're basically just going to worry about hauling logs. I left some of this stuff in a little bit of disarray the other day, but we'll put the truck over here. Let's go ahead and turn on our backlights. See what's. Let's leave the lights on. Got our tractor here. He's got some pretty bright lights on it, so we'll get them all working. Now let's load up our rear weights. Got some junk in the trunk, so to speak. And let's set things so we don't have this little problem. Let's get to work loading up the logs. So I know we've done a log loading episode before, but we haven't done it for quite a while, and really that's all we got going on this winter. Unless something significantly changes, this will probably be the last winter episode. It's because there isn't much going on beyond caring for animals and logging. Switch to straps. Loading this up a lot easier. We've already sold some logs, and we'll go ahead and pull up the finance menu here in a moment. To take a look at that. So just to keep you abreast of what's going on, the last 2 days we've sold about $47,000 worth of logs. And again, these were the logs that we cut with the Ergo. We are still loading up logs from the Ergo. So far we've sold $94,000 worth of logs from the Ergo. You see we've got a fair number of logs left here to load up. Also sold the milk truck. Now that we've got our POW truck here, we don't need 2 trucks on the farm to deal with. So we have basically told the milk company that we're not going to use the milk truck anymore. And instead we're just going to, we went out and bought a milk tank for our POW truck. And we'll be using that to haul our milk. It has the added benefit of being a 20,000 liter capacity, so in the winter our cows are putting out a whole lot of milk compared to what they were in the summer. So we'll be able to basically make significantly less trips with the larger trailer. grab a little larger logs here. That's probably too many. But we can't have the little shimmy shake. Little cheater. Little cheater with the straps, but do what you gotta do. Times. Like I said, we're going to probably do a little bit of logging for winter, but there's no need to put a bunch of videos out of just me doing logging. There's plenty of that done in the single player challenge, which just ended. Winter will be basically an endeavor where we want to build up our bank accounts. Come summer, we're going to, or come spring, we're going to need to purchase at least 2 seeders. We'll need 1 seeder to plant our corn, and typically corn requires a different seeder or a planter than the other crops, so we'll need at least 2 of those. We'll need to buy a whole bunch of seed. So to fund that, of course, we'll need at some point buy up a harvester, rent a harvester again, fall. I feel a little more comfortable with 400,000, but still need a lot of equipment come next spring. I need to buy our windrower and our tedder. Got rid of. Put a couple more logs on there, and then we're going to need to kind of start thinking about making a trip to the sell point. I'll push this one log forward a little bit. A little better to line up. We can pick them up. We can get all 3 of them on the truck without too much difficulty. Use the straps. Technically, someone will say it's cheating, but you know, this trailer does have auto load. I could very easily just auto load the trailer, but we're not doing that. We're gonna load the trailer semi-manually. Out here, it's truck. Let's see if we couldn't straighten the load up a little bit. Get one more load on there, and then we will go and sell this load. See if we can't get 3 loads done today. Pretty much my benchmark is wanting to sell about 3 loads a day. Logs. Overall, it seems to be fairly realistic in my mind. It's, for an individual to be able to possibly load up 3 truckloads of logs a day by themselves. So this truck is a little top heavy. We load this these trailers up like this, so I need to take our time. Switch back to the lights. We take our time and take it down to the sell point. Don't need to be tipping our load over. That's for sure. This truck does make it a little faster to get our load down there. Careful on the turns. And the way these roads are laid out, they got somewhat of a tilt, an angle to them. Gonna need a little bit careful with that. Also, we don't want to roll the truck as a result of the top heavy weight and the angle of the roads. Feel the body roll in there a little bit. Pretty sharp turn here, and the road falls away. The road is angled there. Gotta be kind of careful there. That's for sure. The road, see how the body tilted? The road has a tilt there again. And it goes a little more flat. So let me know what you think of the map as far as the way winter looks. I really like the bushes and everything in the winter time, and how the foliage on the grass was, you know, there were kind of like blue flowers, and now they're just dead looking things. I almost forgot what this map looked like in spring. We had several episodes of early spring where we had this look of this map. Once late spring came, we started having foliage on the trees. We had all of summer and all of fall. Then well, now we're back to the dead and dreary. All right. The camera is really handy to know if the logs have been sold. See what one load of logs got us. $16,000, so second load should net us about $32,000. And the last load is right there around 48,000. So that's the goal. Benchmark is 3 loads of logs today. What we're going to do is we're going to break here, load up another load, and sell it, and see. I'll come back with you after on our hopefully 3rd trip. So see if we can get. Whoa! Let's see if we can get those 3 loads today. All right. Well, we've got our 2nd load done, and we just got back up here into the logging area. Trying to get our 3rd load before it gets too dark. Rain just started. Just probably about 20 minutes ago. Our way back from selling the 2nd load of logs. Let's see if we can get a little more organized. And we clear this stack up and start working on that stack. Based on how the logs look, it looks like we'll probably be done hauling logs tomorrow. And if that's the case, then probably need to get back into possibly the ergo. Cut up some more logs. Now, if you look back there, all those trees back there are behind the magic curtain. Wall boundary for which we can't get to. In fact, there's one log that is fallen. We were able to cut it, but it would not fall, and ended up somehow jumping behind the curtain. So there's a fallen tree there that we just can't get to. It's well beyond the barrier at this point. Pretty much done our logging operations that way. See about doing some trees this way behind the building, whatnot, or move over, or likely move over to the forestry area up there back by field 19. Not a whole lot of not a whole lot of forestry to be done on the map. It's mostly because I think it was a conversion, or not. I know it was a conversion of the FS17 or FS11 map, and basically the FS11 map did not have forestry. Okay. I think maybe the 11 map had. If I understand my farm sim history. If I understand my farm sim history, maybe it was farm sim 11 that had the sawmill as a static object in the map, maybe giving hint to forestry in future versions. I think that's how it's been described to me. I might have that wrong. It may be farm sim 13 or something, but see, it wasn't until fairly recent releases of farm sim that that forestry was a viable crop. Well, so we're clearing this land because we're going to, in the spring, we're going to plant fruit trees here. All the fruit trees need is water and manure. We have manure from the cows and the pigs, and we've got water, so we'll be able to reap from some financial reward our fruit trees. See if we can't rearrange these logs a little bit and pick up all the remaining 4. 1, swoop. Pick those up. Here. They like them. Wanted. Let's pick up this one. I kind of haven't been doing the greatest job loading this trailer here this time around. They're all somehow smashed up against the back, the far side of the trailer. Can you get these shift a little bit? What we're going to do is we're going to strap them down, take off, unstrap them, and hit the brakes. Didn't slide too far forward, but they did slide a little forward. Let's back to loading. We're going to need to care for our greenhouses here probably this evening. Haven't got the notice that they need manure yet, but I know where they were this morning. We checked them real quick before we came over here, and they had about 30% manure left in them. So I probably will run out in the middle of the night. So what I'm going to do is before we fast forward the night tonight, I'm going to fill them up with manure and water. Just keep them running. Like I told you, I think this is probably going to be our last episode in winter. Unless something major happens. A major snowstorm. You need to basically our snow clearing services, then we will probably do an episode on that. But the way the weather forecast is looking, we looked at this earlier. We're all the way up to day 16, and there's not a hint of it's not a hint of snow in the forecast whatsoever. It's really making me wonder if we're going to see any snow at all. I was kind of worried a little bit going 24-day season. I mean 24 days to see how this would be with the winter. Would have a chance at a really hard winter with a lot of snow and a lot of snow hanging around for a significant part of autumn or of spring, or not. But unless the last 8 days of winter are significantly harsh, I don't think we're going to have a too terribly bad winter. It's just going to be cool and wet. Let's see if we can get a couple more logs on there. We'll call that a load. Two. That'll then make a nice load, and that will be about 46,000, 47,000. And that's kind of the benchmark for loading these trucks manually is about 3 loads. And off. Here. Logs down. Your lights. Let's get to the sawmill, or not the sawmill, but the bulk log saw sell point. I want to thank you guys for watching yet again and sticking through the 24-day seasons play. What do you think of 24-day play? I'm really thinking about the next series that we do. Not do 24 days, but to do something a little shorter. 15 days has kind of a nice ring to it for me. That's because it would be 5 days per seasonal transition. A little bit shorter gameplay. Looking at a map that would have a little less fields that we own to start. Kind of bring it back maybe to the US. Not really sure at this point. So kind of looking about doing a 15-day play where we have 5 days per transitional season. Also thinking about maybe starting that one where we're not in early spring, or basically preparing the map such that it's as if we've already been through a year. That would include having some animals from the start. This series we started early spring, exactly how it would be if you started the map. We had the base equipment in, had only the starting money. That's what we used. We're careful and only bought animals when they were the most economic for us to purchase, which meant that we didn't have we didn't have cows until some point in I think mid summer. Didn't have pigs until late autumn or mid autumn. Same as sheep. So thinking maybe the next map we do it a little bit different. Get the animals a little earlier. Maybe have some animals from the start, and work from the premise that we are a previously running farm. Let's take a look. There, we're a little short of our 47. We're at 46 basically, 47.57. Straps. It's just me not wanting the, not liking the straps to be on. We're not hauling a load. I want to encourage you to check out the PCSG web community as well as the 3 Dudes community. Both are linked in my description, as well as fellow 3 Dude media members, which are linked in my description. All of them have really great farm sim content as well as some other content in their channels, and they all have a different way of playing the game. So I hope you find something you enjoy there. If you like this video, you'll probably enjoy their videos. If you didn't like this video, then hopefully you can hopefully you'll be able to find something in one of their other channels that will spark your interest and spark your pleasure. So next time, guys, happy farming.